a lot of corporates, even in banks, basically the trainings are more focused on the core operational issues. Whenever you feel that there is a gap in the performance, the obvious choice comes into your mind, or the first thing that comes into your mind is there is some training gap related to the operational things. They are not knowledgeable on the execution part of their job, but then they completely miss out the entire the entire thing related to their behaviors or the soft skills that completely gets missed out. You might be focusing on the technical part of the job responsibilities, but the root cause might lie with the soft skills. So what is the what is the right way of assessing whether you need a technical training or a soft skill training in a workplace?
Skill, when you say the technical bit of it, that's something that can be taught. That is something that a lot, as you rightly said, a lot of organizations put focus on what is the product, what are the features, what do you need to talk about. It is very important to realize that more often than not, it is the other side which needs that training. Because again, I come from a sales background. When you are selling, irrespective of what product you're selling, the person you are selling to, there has to be a human to human connect there. Only when you trust me as an individual, you know that what this guy is talking about, or he's not trying to cheat me, then will you even think about, is the product good enough or not? And I think a lot of organizations miss this aspect of sales. Even when you are getting work done by somebody, so you are in the operations team, you need to get work done from the finance team. When you have the trust in the individual, you will go out of the way to do work for them as well. But where you go into that in organizations, you feel, oh, isko jo kaam hota hai, he hands it over to me, he just delegates. But when that personal bond is there, where you have that connect between two individuals, you will obviously go out of your way to help him also. You realize the genuineness of people. I think that's where, because it is so intangible, a lot of organizations don't realize that that is a problem. When I walk into a bank and when I'm talking to the customer facing employee, sometimes it comes across that he's trying to sell me something. He's not interested in genuinely my personal finance or my wealth or my well-being. He's more interested in his targets. And the moment that disconnect happens, the customer will say, no, I don't want to do it. But where the person sitting across the table comes out with a genuine care for his customer, I think that's where then the customer also says, okay, no, I understand. He understands me. He understands where my problem is. And I think as an organization, we need to judge both of them very well, because most organizations that I have seen, they are very strong on the knowledge part of it, but not on this. And that's exactly what you touched upon.
A lot of things rely on whatever you have learned from the early childhood days. It's in your DNA, it's in your behavior that you exhibit in the workplace. So according to you, is it possible to change that DNA of a person?
See, I think what is also important, what a lot of employees are looking for is, are they being looked after? If they see a career with the organization over a longer period, they see that the organization is taking care of them as an individual. And I say taking care does not mean a higher salary or higher perks, but are you interested in their career? Are you interested in their growth? Are you interested in having them as part of your journey to growth? When you put that across, I think the employee also on the ground then feels cared for. Because a lot of times we say, oh no, this is a target. How do you do? I don't care, etc. But as a employee, we have to take into regard that there is a lot of stress in his life as well. He has his career to build. He has his journey. He's also nervous. He might have problems at home. He might have aging parents. He might have young kids. I think when you look at an employee as somebody who's a part of your ecosystem and you need to take along, rather than just a lot of younger or a smaller organizations take employees as an expense. But you tend to forget that without employees, you will not be able to build or scale anything up. I think when that mutual respect for each other starts coming in, I think that's where it starts reflecting in how that employee takes care of his consumers as well. When he feels a part of the organization, when he sees that sense of ownership from his employer towards himself, he has that ownership towards the consumer as well. So while yes, that nurture from childhood has an impact, I think where you are able to build that relationship with your employee, that both of you are in a partnership where you take care of each other, I think then your customers are also taken care of.